And as mentioned, I want to specify the materials in this part. These parts are the same, but for the wires or the cables, we need different materials. However, I can open the PDF file for checking the different parts of materials. Watch this. Okay. Therefore, I want to select the interior layer. I associate it to a parameter m dash self light. Okay. In the continuation, I select this. Then I associate it to a new parameter m dash wire. Great. And then others, I want to name them as light fixture. M dash light fixture. Well done. Like this way. And also these, I select the wires and this part. And also the revolves. But I deselect the interior layer. I associate these to metric light fixture. I save the file up to now. I'll specify the materials, but here I open family types. I open material browser. Let me copy their names here in material browser. I search for light. Let's see, what do we have? Glass. Watch this. I add this and then I rename it using the appearance, and then I want to replace in asset browser. Let me check the materials in glass. We may find better lights. Let me check. Very well. We can add light bulb. I replace it. OK, and OK and apply. The next one for the wires. Plastic. By this way. Then I add the plastic using the appearance, and then for the color we specify black. Okay, and we don't need to assign or attach images, and also bump. Apply and OK and apply. And however, I should assign a light color for the wires. Like this way. Apply and OK. Apply. And then for the rest of the parts, we want to specify metal. I search for metal. Like this way. For example, this. I add the aluminium and the raised silver using the appearance and apply. OK. Apply. Let me darken its color. Apply and OK. Then I set it to realistic to check the final result. Check it out. We get back to this part again, material browser. I reduce the darkness like this way. Let me increase it a little more. Watch this. And then for roughness, I increase it. Apply and OK. Wonderful. Check it out. This is the result. After modeling this, I save this file as, and then I want to add the light inside this. So this time we have to open a light fixture metric lighting fixture template file. We open it, and then I save this file as ir-m-light fixture or ceiling light fixture. By this way, save, and opening the file and loading it into the new family of lighting fixture. I add it, then I want to align it with the reference planes at the center. Then I open the front view. Here, as you can see, let me adjust that first. I move it upwards like this. I open the edit family again. Since the reference plane doesn't matter for us, I draw it, align and lock. Then I load it and also save and overriding the existing version. So it must work out. Watch this. And for the light source, I unlock the light fixture at first. Watch this. However, we could have moved the light source. So I move the lighting fixture downwards. Watch this. And then I move down the light elevation or the lighting source. Let me see. Light source symbol 100. No, it is only the size or the symbol. Okay, 500. Then I move down the light elevation. Then I lock it with the reference plane. Watch this. By this way. After that, this is the light source and it radiates the light. Okay. So for controlling the light source, when we select it by this way, then we got light source definition, which is specialized or actually specifies the shape of the light source and its light distribution pattern. From shape and light distribution. Here we specify the shape of the light source. Watch this. The plane, a disc, or a rectangle, a point, and then in light distribution, spherical, as you can see, or down, or spot, or photometric web. And this is usually used in architecture actually. But I want to choose this, or I can choose the other one. Check it out, like this way. Then for the symbol size, I set it to 500s, 300s, 250, 100, apply, and OK. Then I open the front view. Check it out. Here it is. Then I move it downwards, cancel, and also unlocking this. Let me see. I right click on it, show later. Watch this. Light source and the reference planes. So I deselect it. Not this one. So I should select this one actually. Then I want to move it downwards. And let me check 55 or 50 offset or distance. Very well. Like this way. Then I select the family itself. I open edit type. Then for the parameters, I want to create the parameters again, since when we load them into the project, we need to no, we might need to change the materials in the project, okay? And we don't have the parameters for dimensions, okay? And we have the photometric dimensions and actually parameters that we will talk about them later. Here, visible in render, I uncheck it for now and then I save it, and I enable work plane base since we may want to install it on the ceiling. And right here I open the plan view. Right here I draw some walls to close the region like this, align. I uncheck lock. Watch this. And if I select this wall right here, I move it, and then I make it close to the wall by this way, or moving the basic wall to the cabinets. Then I open the ceiling. We will talk about ceilings like this way. Then component, light, face, place on face. I add 3. Then let us check it out. Watch this. 3200s. Then I want to add the floor in the plan view. I select window 1 meter and 1400s in 1600s for white fan height, and then I add 2 windows. Then I open level 1 here from the camera or view. We will talk about the cameras in view. Then I add the camera at the corner, so we can check the view. I adjust the boundaries for the camera and realistic. Watch this. Wonderful. And this is the light. And right now I can open graphic display options, then in lighting, interior artificial only. Watch this. Here we got the artificial lights. I can select them, opening edit type, and then enabling image shape visible in rendering, and then in color I can control the temperature or specifying the circle diameter 1200 for the emission. Then for the color I specify red, watch this, or white, and then again in this part 3500s, apply, or I can move down and then set it the moonlight or whatever lights you want by this way. This is the final result, and this is one of the interesting capabilities of Revit software, that as you can see we can model all of these accurately, display them realistically. Then in the 3D view we can enable the section box, edge. Let's see by this way. Let's check it out. I click right click, then set it to perspective. Watch this, and I hide it, and realistic, fine. in graphic display options. However, I can enable the shadow. Watch this. And then for scheme, I set it to sun and artificial, or interior artificial only. Or I can control and turn off some lights, Watch this. I turned it off, or turn them on. Watch this. Here we got only the natural lights, or turn on the first and the third one, like this way. So by this technique we can model a family of a light.